Okay, on this tutorial, we're going to have a look at how to set up a character controller script for the character for your game. It's very straightforward, as Unity has the inbuilt scripts and controllers ready for you. Okay, so the first step you need to do is obviously create your scene in Unity. And obviously I've created my scene, third person character controller set up, and I've added a basic terrain, as you can see here, with a very basic texture on it. So your first step is to make sure you've downloaded all the standard assets, and especially what you need here, the character assets. So if you haven't done so already, you go to assets and you go to import package, and here's your packages here. And if you haven't got any standard assets in, you just go to the asset store, and that should open up imminently. You should go to the asset store, and while it connects, then you should just type in standard assets. You can see it comes up. So that's what that'll be what you need here, is to import your standard assets. Okay, so once you've imported the standard assets, you've got them down here. What you need is your third person character folder. And then you drill down into the third person character folder and you go down to prefabs, and what you want is your third person character prefab. So you get this prefab and you drag it into your hierarchy, and you see it appears there at 0, 0, 0. You can see on the transform up here, and we'll bring that in a bit into the scene so we can see that a bit better. Okay. And then your next step is to actually bring in your own character. So I've already got my character here. So you've got to make sure, this is my character, it's called Pat Ready for Unity. You've got to make sure that this character is rigged. The humanoid create from this model rig, and it's configured that the rig is successful. And we've looked at how to rig your character in the previous animation tutorials. Okay, so if you want to check up on rigging your character, refer to the animation tutorials. So once you've got your character here, you need to drag it and drop it in to your actual scene. And you can see here, what I might do, I might make my character a little bit smaller. So I'll make that a little bit smaller to be in line with the current character. So what I'll do, first of all, I'm going to move my character so I can get this feet in line with the existing character, so I know that its feet are in the right place for actual gameplay. So once I've done that, I'm going to open my third person character control. Now delete this actual character that has been imported with Unity. So we get rid of this, so we select it all and we just go to delete. And that character, you get this break prefab instance, you go continue, that character will disappear. And then your next step from here is to get your character, you might as well call Pat Ready for Unity, and drop it in as a child of the third person controller. And you can see here it's in that folder, and you can see here now it's a child of the third person controller. So if I move the third person controller, you see my character moves as well. So now, and also what you want to make sure is that your character is 0 on the X and 0 on the Z. Okay, so that's what I've done here. So now that I've done that, what I'm going to do is make sure that if I go to my third person character controller, that the avatar, if we go here, that the avatar is your character avatar. So what I want to do is go here, click on my character, click on the wheel on the right, and scroll down, and I've got, it's in there twice, but I'll just going to click on this one. So I've selected the Pat Ready for Unity avatar. Okay, so we can close that. So now we should have, hopefully, a working character. So if we go to game, we go to our game scene and we click play, and we have our character, we should be able to control it. So I've got the forward keys, the backward keys, the left and the right. It's using the existing Unity character controller script, and I can jump with my character. As you see, my character disappears off screen, but I can bring him back. So coming out of here, what would be good if we come out of our game is to have a camera script that will follow the actual character. So if we go to our main camera and we click on main camera, and what you want to do is click on add component. So you click add component, and I've already got it in here. It's the inbuilt script in Unity. If you go smooth follow, SM, you see it comes up. I'll click on smooth follow, and that smooth follow script has been added to the camera. And see now it needs a target, and this target is here. We click on the wheel, and we want to make our target. We can scroll down. We want to make our target for the camera. We'll scroll all the way down. We'll make it the third person controller. Okay, so we've got that. That's our target, the third person controller. So now when we go to play our game, our camera should follow our character. So we can run, we can go here. Our camera is always targeted in here, and so we can jump, and you can see our camera will go with him. So we're using our arrow keys, all the W, A, S, and D keys, and the spacebar key, and our camera follows it. Okay, so coming out of our game and going back, you can see if we got a third person controller, we can see we have all the actual controls of the speed, the jump speed, the turning speed, the jump power, okay, and the mass for the rigid body, etc. So we have all these controls here, and the same going to the main camera. You have the distance and the height for the camera, so you can control the state of your camera in relation to your actual character. And also, if you want to edit the script, for example, if you click here and you go to edit script, it will open up in your scripts editor, and you can see here that I'm using Visual Studio. I'm on a Mac, but you will probably, if you're not on Visual Studio, you'll most likely be on Mono Develop, which will be very similar here. So you see you've got all the scripts, you've got the variables here, all the different script variables here, and the functions here, and which you can edit if you so wish. If you go to your third person character controller script again, you've got your variables here, and you've got your actual functions here in your script that you can edit if you so wish. But this should be, going back here, this should be fine to work as your character. But the main thing to remember that your character has to be a humanoid, bipedal character for this script to work. Okay, so that's how to set up your third person character controller for the character in your game.